Is that DDD sitting on the throne of this regional? Now make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So it's been very interesting to see, new ban list just kind of take and hold. We lost a lot of degenerate floodgates. Pittsburgh is coming up this weekend. What are players gravitating towards right now? What decks and what challengers are we starting to see? Well, it looks like for this regional, Draco Tail and Yummy Variations are the two biggest contenders. And I'm going to tell you now, this has been a lot of what we've been seeing in the meta right now. Draco Tail and Yummy have really been fighting it out as kind of like the challengers within the meta. And I'm not surprised to see that, these two decks have been going head to head. It just makes sense to me. Now, Crystron, I think, was one of the more shocking revelations that we got to see because they lost the Molinear lock. Now, clearly, you figured Crystron would kind of fall off at that stage, but no. Crystron actually ended up winning this event, which was very, very refreshing to see. We also do have a Maliss challenger, which kind of took me by surprise, but Maliss still remains a little bit fragile, but it's still a decent choice, I feel like, that players can gravitate towards and do well with. We also did have a single Mitsurugi challenger. Yes, the fact that Mitsurugi is still doing anything out here, I do find, not just kidding. It's interesting that, with the variations of this, that Mitsurugi was the pure variant. And then we had DDD's nuts actually doing very, very well out here, making their way into top 8. I think that's very, very refreshing to see. Once DDD kind of gets set up, what do you do, man? If you win enough variables and dice rolls, it's bound to be game over. But we'll have to take a look at that list in a second. Let's pass on over to deck list. All right, so starting things off here, guess what? It is full Crystron time. I do like this. I like that this build played a Thurion King Regulus to have it be a nice little interaction piece to go. You also do see, holy moly, we are maximizing on Noroi. Yeah, right? Noroi is kind of just the best card that this deck has going for it, It bridges into full combo. It does so much craziness. Also, interestingly enough, I think they forgot the scrap recycler because I see the Infinite Track good stuff, but interesting. Well, I guess maybe you just don't need the best card that the deck has to offer for you. But I guess the more you know, right? Looking at your deck setup and things like that, remember, scrap recycler is your friend. Hey, you can question other things later. Next up, the Fallen and the Virtuous. So, been seeing a lot of builds choosing to just build this into the current Draco Tail build because what's your trade-off here? It's a free send, all right? Hello? I will go ahead and always drop this down to get the trigger, or we can get the titanium. You have your options to pick, for what you want to pull for this. The only difference between, this and other builds is you have to play a little bit more branded stuff because we've gone from the Fallen of Albaz and just the two branded fusions to actually having to build in more things with the Fallen and the Virtuous for this. But this really does show that this card is very, very powerful. Also, yep, all three of the trap cards accounted for. Free draw power. I see nothing wrong here. I also find it very interesting that they were actually playing two Meows in the main and getting away with it. Oh, wow. Talk about just a shift there. All right, so this build is actually playing only two Fallen and Virtuous, which I think is fine. You do see that we cut the Horn to the side deck, which is interesting. And I do see that we are siding the Ultimate Wizard in terms of attack and defense. Yeah, right? Having Dark Magician be present, I don't think is necessarily a terrible thing. Especially, if you want to turbo into the Dark Dragoon itself. We do have all of our extra Malcharmies down in the side deck. The fact that You see this list bouncing back and forth off of multiple Charmies. I do not think is a bad thing whatsoever. We're also siding the Call by the Grave and the Crossout. So if you do need to call up those extra cards, you know, for interruptions, you have them on speed dial down here, which I think is really, really refreshing. Oh, hi, Maliss. Oh, wow. Yep, we are back. Still playing the one wizard. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be playing this, because wizard off a backup still is like chewing 5 gum, man. It is just some of the best feeling that you can have, and it just does wonderful. We also do see we have super polys down here for Garura and Mudragon, your 2 standard targets that you're going to be going through. Being able to call these guys up and fully interact with the opponent, pretty good. We've also got Mistaken Arrest. This card is very, very broken still to this day. I see we are side decking 2 Dark Rulers with not a single way to search into them, along with a singular tactical talents as well. This build definitely defies what I would consider has been a little bit more of the logic of the format, but that's fine. You know, players are going to try different things, are going to try different setups, and certain things are going to stick more so than others. Oh, well, hello, Mitsurugi. How are you? So we're actually main decking the Wozu. That's interesting. 99% of these lists I see are kicking Wozu around in the side deck like he's not even a real part of the deck. So that's refreshing. I see we are playing the Nibiru to search off of the Gallant Granite. So we're back to where we were a quadrillion years ago, where you'll just do, you know, put some level 4s on the field, give the Nibiru to kind of insulate your play lines, and you're kind of just safe at that point. I also do see, hey, we have Dimensional Fissure actually coming in and doing what it needs to do. I would not be surprised by the YCS this weekend if we don't see some mad lads testing out the idea of what if we put the Dimensional Fissure in the main deck as a form of interruption. I'm just saying I would not be surprised to see that actually coming up. You know, we're kind of bouncing around on some ideas. Yummy, of course. Wow, Yummy got kind of bullied down here. So the state of Yummy is, you know, play the triple engage, play the Hornet drones, you know, cry about having obedience schooled at 2, and kind of just go from there. Now, I do see, though, that this list is actually side decking a Hamp, which technically, if you have the Kagari, you have a Sky Striker Ace monster, so you could technically kaiju over whatever your opponent is trying to do. This is actually kind of an excellent idea for going second. I actually give my stamp of approval for this. I think that this is probably one of the most innovative decisions that I think we have seen pop up in a little while in the design metagame space, especially, you know, when you're testing out other ideas and wanting to see, you know, what kind of sticks within the meta. Next up, we're playing 1 Count Surveyor, 2 copies of Frieza. I feel like that's fine. 1/1 on Lance Soldier and Defense Soldier. Only 1 copy of the Dark Contract with the Zero King is fine. We are main decking the contract with the Witch, which is good. And then we are also playing the Dark Contract with the Eternal Darkness in the side deck. It's a coin flip with these builds. Either you've got Dark Contract with the main deck, or you are side decking it. This card has to be present. It is just, it's too insanely important of a card to not actually choose to have. But honestly, looking across the DDD wave here, I think this is fine for a list. You're not going to be missing out too much. Also, you do see, yep, there's the 1 throne that we've been loving to abuse for the 0/0 stat lines. And then, oh man, more Yummy. This Yummy duel is actually main decking the Triple Delta, the Gamma, and the Driver. Can't wait to draw the Driver and just cry, because that's just how this works. Also have access to the Metal Tronius down in the side deck. We have Black Goat, the Anti-Spell, and, of course, the Judgment. I love the fact that there's no way to search for this, like off of a thrust. It's just tossed in here and go. Okay. 1 talents in the main deck as well. Okay. Interesting. A lot less thrust running around right now than I expected to see, but What do you guys think about all these cool lists? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.